While Donald Trump is president and it feels like the entire country hates him, the Democratic Party is still, for some reason, having a hard time raising money. In July, the DNC raised $3.8 million, lagging far behind its Republican counterpart, which raised $10.2 million in the same month. This is the worst haul for any month since January 2009, when Barack Obama was first inaugurated. Overall, during the first half of 2017, the RNC has pummeled the DNC, raising $75.4 million to the Democrats' $38.2 million. And all this despite the fact that in February, the DNC voted down a ban on corporate money. So it's fair to say that part of the reason for this is because there are many other groups that people are giving money to. For example, Our Revolution, or the Democratic Socialists of America, or Justice Democrats. And even just groups like the American Civil Liberties Union, or ACLU, who raised $24 million over the weekend after the Muslim ban. But I'm not here to just shit on the Democratic Party. I actually want to help the party out. So I have 4 suggestions for how the party can start raising money again. Number 1. Recognize your base. Now, during the primaries, the media kept saying that crowd size doesn't equal votes. And they're right, it doesn't. But it does equal enthusiasm. And enthusiasm equals money. So one of the biggest things that the DNC is currently overlooking is how massive and enthusiastic and important the Bernie Sanders wing of the party is. Everyone knows that Bernie Sanders outraised Hillary Clinton in the primaries. But what you might not know is that he also beat Obama's record. Backed by one of the most well-organized grassroots campaigns in American history, Sanders has raked in close to 7 million individual donations as of April 2016. That's more unique contributions than Obama received during his entire 2008 campaign. Obama, like Clinton, had the help of an official super PAC. Sanders, on the other hand, is relying on small donors, not large ones. His average contribution is $27. So for a base that was able to outraise both Clinton and Obama, it may be a base of people that you want to pay more attention to. Which brings me to my next suggestion. Have a clear message. One of the biggest issues with the Democratic Party right now is that people don't know what the Democratic Party stands for. So why would somebody give their money to a party that they aren't even sure what the party is about? So that's why the Democratic Party has to be clear on message, which means being clear on policy. So, do you support Medicare for all? Do you support a $15 minimum wage? Do you support tuition-free college? You have to come out strong on these policy positions. People didn't just throw money at Bernie because they liked his hairdo. It was because of his policies. But what's also important is how the money is being used, which brings me to my next point. Be transparent with how the money is being allocated. So much in the same way where people aren't going to give money to a party when they don't know what it's about, they also aren't going to give money to a party if they don't know where that money is going. So one of the big criticisms of the DNC is that they spend money in areas like consulting and on TV commercials. Most people don't really know how and where the DNC spends their money. So by being transparent with where exactly they intend the money to go, it allows people to better understand that their donation is actually going somewhere. And by being open and honest with this, it may even have the added benefit of forcing the DNC to abandon losing strategies. And lastly, stop spamming. So if you're on the DNC email list, you likely get a ton of emails asking you for money, which I get it. It makes sense. They need money. They need to ask for money. But it's the way in which they do it that's the problem. So one of the worst examples of this is when Donna Brazil sent an email through the DNC list to supporters. Now, to get a fundraising email from the woman who literally gave town hall questions to the Hillary Clinton campaign during the primaries is like spitting in the face of Bernie Sanders supporters. And in some ways, the paper mail is even worse. Now, I got this tweet sent to me by a viewer showing that the DNC is sending out donation pleas that look like collection letters. That's insane. So look, I don't claim that my suggestions are going to be the savior of the Democratic Party, but at the same time, it can't be any worse than what the DNC is currently doing.